and Ian. For me, these kind of recitals at A Place to Be mean a lot. Because if you don't know who we are and what we do, we see individuals of every ability. We don't like the word disability. And we see people like these three who have mentored, they've been in shows like The Will to Survive and 1 Second of Grace. They are a part of what we believe in here at A Place to Be. And that is when you are somebody as talented as the three of them, that they give their talents to our community here, it means a lot to us. And quickly, I know all of them through theater. So Ian and Jonathan I met when I played Willy Wonka in Carla's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory years ago, which I hope she does again before I get too old. Although I guess it doesn't matter how old Willy Wonka is. So I got to know those two really well. And then Nadia I saw maybe at, was that a Carla summer camp?
Yeah.
Aladdin. And I was like, wow, who's that? So I've been following the three of them for years, and I'm big fans of their parents, and each one of them have something really, really special to give to you tonight. This is very relaxed. They just asked me if they really have to do the choreography I gave them.
Yes.
No, don't worry about it. It really is going to be a treat for you. It's less than 50 minutes, and I think in our world today where there's so much complexity and sad things happening, it's beautiful to just take 45 minutes to be with three beautiful young people. And I think every single day you hear horrible things on the news. Actually, probably every hour. And it's a great moment when we can sit down and be with this age and let them entertain us and allow them to help us heal. I wish there were things like this going on constantly all over America, and our world would be different. So I'm glad to see friends and family are here too. I hear about you guys, but I've never met you all face to face. They're like, what did you hear? Okay, so I'm just making sure this is not correct. Kyle Boardman is at the keyboard tonight. Thank you, Kyle. Definitely. I never told any of you that I do tech. This is really bad. Can you see anything? Can you do better than this? Please? Okay. So I'm going to ask you guys, after the stars enter, if you could do me a favor and...
That was tough.
What's that?
Well done, Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, your mom's here?
My mom's still coming in here. She's starting to cry.
She'll just be in the shop. Okay. Maybe she can sit in here. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to start this off by, you probably wondered what Nadia, Ian, and Jonathan do in their free time. Like many of you guys your age, they spend some time on YouTube. And this is their favorite YouTube video.
Oh no.
So we thought we'd start out with this. Oh, where's the sound? Oh, we have to change the sound. Is it back?
Yeah.
A little louder?
Hi, my name's Katrina. And my name is Hugh. I'm Sarah. I'm Emma. And I'm Joe to you. My name is Spencer. And mine is Lorraine. I'm Ashley. I'm Debbie. And my name is
I know. I see some of your mouths open. So that's something thing.
Nobody
Well, yes. Microphone.
Hello and welcome to our senior project recital. It's called Teenage Wisdom and Other Oxymorons. It's also the name of my book. Thank you. And so we chose to talk about a lot of, teenagery stuff here. I think, there's a lot of stuff that everyone can relate to, a lot of changes, a lot of growth, a lot of stuff like that. And so there are some crowd favorites, there are some original songs, and there's also some poetry that I wrote myself, and it's all in a part of my book that will be available for purchase after the show.
Soft plug there.
Yeah, it is. And also after the show, A Place to Be is a nonprofit organization. So if you feel so inclined to donate, there will be an option for that at the table in the lobby. So we'd love for you to do that.
Hello. For those of you who know us and those of you who don't, the arts have been like a huge part of our lives, whether it be music or poetry or drama. They've kind of shaped us into who we are as people, and they've allowed us to express ourselves and be who we are without having to worry about what other people think. So this whole kind of recital is dedicated to just being you.
Today it feels like a lot of teens and people in general are under pressure.
Pressure pushing down on me, pushing down on you. No man has fun. Under pressure brings a building down, splits a family in two, puts people on streets.
Heat it up, that's okay.
It's the terror of knowing what this world is about. Watching some good friends scream, let me out! Till tomorrow gets me higher.
Pressure on the people on the streets. Okay.
Take it home, John.
Can we give ourselves one more chance? Why can't we give love one more chance? Why can't we give love, give love, give love, give love, give love, give love, give love?
'Cause love's such an old-fashioned word, and love dares you to care for the people on the edge of the night, and love dares you to change our way of caring about ourselves. This is our last chance. This is ourselves. Under pressure. Ice Ice Baby. Pressure. Yeah. Pressure.
Sore throat. I talk too much. Inside McDonald's, she says, "Oh shit, he just passed." And now in South Carolina, Abuela is alone. We hold this tiny thing, this small girl in a big yellow sweater. She cries into my knees, so the fabric knows she is there, so it knows not to swallow her whole. I am cracking cherry cough drops between my misaligned molars. I have a sore throat. I talk too much. Who am I if I am not renting the chambers of my heart to negligent tenants? Her memory of freshman year was erased with a factory reset. The dangerous thing about a girl being a gun is that she can pull her own trigger. I asked Caroline, is this what plants feel like? Do they know that they are growing? And she, in her ways of fresh fruit and lavender and new tomorrows, replies, not until they bloom.
So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for gold, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Did you exchange a walk-on part in a war for a lead role in a cage?
The fragmented light of the disco ball above makes the floor below me disappear. Someone says the squares look like a broken Rubik's Cube, but I can hardly hear them. I've already separated myself from my body to the sound of Kid A on vinyl. I'm not someone or even something in this moment. The girl next to me smells like ginger ale. Her hair fans around her head in coils on the carpet and brushes my cheek. The fan oscillates on a bookshelf and blows me a kiss in the shape of a breeze. Trauma taught me to remove myself from my body. Somehow dissociation became a hobby, limbs tumbling through a floor like pebbles or sand or something else not quite solid. They told me, placing the needle on the record, that Kid A is a nightmare album. We're not even high, but we're tripping to the sound and the look of the disco lights. And the only scary thing about Kid A is that it sounds like the inside of my head. If I take my glasses off, it's like I'm looking into a microscope. I've never felt so comfortably small.
How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old grounds. How we found the same old fears. Wish you were here.
There are nights I can see you in my mirror. I don't know when femininity became such a mystery to me. When I loved you, there was suspense in your softness and curls and curves. You were made of roses and chai and possibility. I cannot explain my terror when I see a girl that looks like you at the gas station or the grocery store. I don't know if I'm scared because I'm angry or because I'm still intoxicated. I think if you asked me, I would come back. I miss you and I hate you and I wish things were different. I wish our love had been different. We were fast-tracked for bad timing and broken hearts. I'm sorry I forgot your birthday.
Tonight was a cloudy night. There were no stars in the sky. No stars staring back at me. No stars in my eyes. There's something in my head that tells me there's more. But it's hard to imagine that when one star has been torn. It's a loss of a star burning so bright, waiting for another to share its light. So farewell to the star that once gave me light. So farewell to the star that once burned so bright. All we have are stars. My star burned out.
We are older now. I'd like to say we are wiser, that my sober text message to you, sent after a hot shower on a cold day, was calculated and methodical. But if I'm honest, reaching out to you was the most selfish thing I've ever done. I have not stopped writing poems about you. I don't love you anymore, but I love the idea of love, and you were my first and only taste. You're an enigma to me, a lingering taste of peaches on my tongue, sour-coated candy sweetheart, with a tagline that says "Be mine" and a URL that can no longer be found. I don't think I can blame myself for falling in love with the human embodiment of the golden hour. You are the moments just before dusk when things seem magical. You are everyone's favorite photograph. You are everyone's missed opportunity. When Bare Naked Ladies sings about a girl like Jane or Enid, I sing about you. I cruise down 7 at 65 and croon the songs my mom taught me before I could walk. Their melodies no longer taste like hot asphalt or open windows. They taste like you, like guitar strings and sunsets and the super glue I used to put our broken pieces back together. When someone asks me who my first love was, I always say your name, even when the syllables singed my tongue or zapped each ventricle, causing my heart to beat. I tell them, shoulder back, jaw set, Allison. That would have been a fun transition into another poem. Knowing you loved me all along is like driving down Foxcroft Road at night. It's one of those windy roads with 90-degree turns that people die on all the time. But it's beautiful all the time. My friend lives on that road, and his sister is a horse riding champion. And his dad is a lawyer, and his mom collects dead foxes and stuff. That's him. What I'm saying is, knowing you loved me all along is like when the allergy kid eats a peanut just to know the taste and then stabs himself with an EpiPen. It's sort of invigorating to watch, but also like, what the fuck? The whole cafeteria is freaking out, and someone is calling 911, and some people don't really get the magnitude of the situation, like it's a big deal. I don't know how to express it. Knowing you loved me all along left me crying into my pillow at 2 a.m. I've been collecting the types of cries for years, like some Nintendo game, and you unlocked relief for me. Suddenly, I was 15 again, and so naive and so fucking in love with you, and being able to forgive each other and mean it has patched a hole in my art I didn't know was there. Caroline keeps telling me she's proud that I found closure, but I'm waiting for it to feel that way. You told me that I felt like a ghost to you, and I think that's maybe where we're left to be. I wish we were left to more than just peaches and plums and unspoken kisses. I think I married you in another life.
Well, you see, So Nadia and I have had very different experiences with love. Yeah. So I think the thing is I'm just too irresistible to everyone. I just know what women want. Want. You want a guy that's sweet, a guy that's tough, a feminist who likes to pay for stuff, the kind of guy you can show to your friends without being attracted to any of them. A good boy, a bad boy, a good bad boy, a half good, half bad, half boy. Sensitive but not weekend. A great lover calls your mother on the weekends. But you might think this guy only exists in your mind. Well, guess what? You're right if you want love. Lower your expectations of you, because Prince Charming would never settle for you. If you want love, just pick a guy and love him. And if he's got a thing for feet, say heckin', sweep me off them. Now, the difference between men and women is that men have really realistic expectations on what they want from a girl. He said sarcastically, setting up a second verse to a comedy song. You want a girl that's nice, a girl that's not obsessed with her looks but is insanely hot, the kind of girl gets a real girl, a nice girl, a real nice girl, a brand new, really nice real doll. Doesn't care if you notice, but only ever uses you to tickle her throat with. Well, you might think this girl only exists in your mind. Well, she's real, but last week she died. If you want love, just lower your expectations a lot. You may think you are a gift, but I promise you're not. If you want love, just find a girl and love her, then ask the girl out and watch the girl you love decline the offer. I don't want a neat freak, I don't want a slob, somebody with bad head or a dead-end job, cause I won't settle for less than perfect. We want perfect children, a perfect wife, a perfect husband, and a perfect life. But deep down, we know we don't deserve it. But we all deserve love, even on the days when we aren't our best, because we all suck, but love makes us suck less. We all deserve love. It's the very best part of being alive. And I would know I can't even drive. What? You're gay? I feel like this would have come up.
It wasn't like I was trying to be subtle about it. Okay, so yeah, but
Goof, everyone.
yeah, it was a bit. It was a bit.
We know.
I'm a lesbian, so yeah. But yeah, I've been out since I was like 15, and through high school we all find ourselves. We all learn things about ourselves. Like for me, I learned I was a lesbian. So fun fact. But we all learn things about ourselves, and that's the important thing about high school is finding out who you really are.
An important thing, like finding out who you really are, is a matter of finding out what makes you unique and special, and surrounding yourself with people who appreciate how unique and special you are and love you for what makes you different and what makes you yourself, rather than people who would rather you be someone else.
There are people who will tell you to act different, dress different, be different, and all you have to say to those people are, hey world, I am what I am.
Guess what the song is called?
Hit it.
Just guess.
What about?
I am what I am. I am my own special creation.
So, come take a look. Give me the hook or the ovation.
It's my world, and I want to take a little pride in my world. And it's not a of each feather and each spangle. Why not show
Your life is a sham till you can say,
hey world, I am what I am.
I am what I am, and what I am needs no excuses. I deal my own deck, sometimes the ace, sometimes the deuces. It's one life, then there's no return and no deposit. One life, so it's time to open up your closet. Life is a shell till you can say, hey world, I am what I
That was the choreography. That's all. The circle around.
That took
You gotta have your page. You gotta have your downstage arm and your upstage. Your upstage.
We all struggled with that one.
Yeah. All right. So
We have a little shout out to our
parents
in the audience.
You're at a place to be.
we love our parents. We love our parents so much that we wrote a song about it.
Yeah.
We did write this song. Yeah. We wrote this ourselves.
Wait, before you start too.
Yeah,
What I
what?
was amazed of, they wrote this overnight, not
We wrote
last
this
night.
last night.
We wrote it in an
I
hour.
challenged them to write. This is. I told them. I mean, you'll hear it. But this is a pretty magnificent piece of art that you guys created in just a couple hours.
Thank you. This is a song we wrote in the green room just before coming on stage.
That's a
Hope
lot.
you all enjoy. Hey, I know you're pretty busy making sure we grow up okay. But right now, I think I need you to hear me. 'Cause I've got something I gotta say. So take my eyes, take my smile. Take my weary heart too. My tired feet that have walked for miles. So much of me I got from you. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that without you, I'm just a ball of clay. Through every Polaroid, I see myself in you. Every image, a reflection of my face in you. I know that it's not easy to watch me grow old, but I'm told parents love you even when you fold.
Mother, mother dear, you've strung my strings, you've shown me the arts, you've given me the kindest of hearts. I got my job from you, my father, giving me a true warrior's smolder. But with your secure arms, you're not my rock, you're my boulder. And I guess what I'm trying to say is without you, I'm just a ball of clay.
Through every Polaroid, I see myself in you. Every image, a reflection of my face in you. I know that it's not easy to watch me grow old, but I'm told parents love you even when you fold. Baby books and birthday candles, memories wrapped away. I know you gave me everything, your hours and your days. I don't know how to pay you back to prove my love for you, but I'll try my best in everything I do.
And I guess what I'm trying to say is that without you, I'm just one play.
Every Polaroid, I see myself in you. Every image, a reflection of my face in you. I know that it's not easy to watch me grow old, but I'm told parents love you even when you fold.
As you can see, both Jonathan and I went through our blonde glasses phase.
Yay!
Alright.
Did we have the same pair of glasses?
I think we probably all did.
All three of you.
We went shopping together.
It's fate, yeah.
Yeah. So for my final project at Monroe, which I go for TV and film production, that's where I go for half my time this year. I chose to do a documentary on high school seniors, and for that I went to some of my friends at Valley. And it's coming out on June 15th. It's about half an hour, but this is some brief snippets from that, and so I thought you'd check it out.
Thomas?
Yay.
Yay.
I've learned a lot about myself based on the experiences I have. There have been so many high and low points that have just kind of shaped my character and made me an actual person just this year.
I experienced a lot of feeling like I was by myself and just isolated. And part of me believed that I deserved to be.
And it's basically a huge, crazy whirlwind of trying to get everything done and still trying to be social because it's, you know, it's my last year with my friends who I love immensely, and I want to make sure that I can spend as much time as possible before we go our separate ways.
If you told the beginning of senior year Mariel where end of senior year Mariel would be, I would be like, what? There's no way.
I've gained and lost friends and learned so much about people, and senior year really let me grow and see who people really are, and let me kind of fall into myself.
The future's something I think about a lot, and that's because I do love doing comedy, improv, stand-up, and so that's my really goal to do in the future.
It's such an amazing experience as a person and a filmmaker to get all of these stories, and I'm really excited to see how it all comes together.
Oh. We love our friends here at A Place to Be. In fact, we love our friends so much that we wrote a song about them.
We're supposed to talk a little bit about our friends here. Yeah. And I'm on Comedy Cult, the improv team. So I want to go first and give a little jumping on. So I've known Ian and Jonathan since 8th grade. I've actually known Ian since PCDC, but he doesn't remember that. So Ian, I've known since I sat next to him in Latin, 8th grade with Mr. Graff. And
oh no.
I don't know, like, we just have gotten really close throughout the years, and it's really awesome. And Ian has been like one of my best friends throughout high school. And we, like, I don't know, at the beginning of this year, like, we went through a rough patch, and it was so awful because, like, I don't know, I think I've always, like, had a way of, like, sensing people's energies, and for a while I couldn't feel Ian's energy in Ian anymore, and that hurt so much. And then we got back, and it's so great because, you know, it's so good when you are able to bring people back together, you know, and it's so healing, and that's a good place. I don't know. You know what I mean. And then Jonathan, same thing, known him since 8th grade, and Jonathan and I have always been those kind of friends where, like, we'll hang out constantly all the time for, like, months at a time, and then we'll just, like, for no reason at all, we'll be like, we'll say hi to each other in the hallway, but, like, we just won't see each other for a while. That's how it's been. Like, Jonathan's parents will be like, I'll, like, be at their house all the time, and they'll be like, where's Nadia? And we'll be like, I don't know. But Jonathan is one of those people that I have, like, a soul connection with, and I think that's awesome. So, all right, top that. Who's next? Who's next?
I can go next.
Let me tell you how I met these nerds. So it was the first day of Latin, and so I see this new girl who I'm like, who is this new girl? What is she about? And I sit right next to her, and I think we exchanged like 4 words to each other. It was like, hey. But after that, Mr. Graff's pants fell down in front of the class. I think it just brought all of us together. Like, it unified the entire class. It was a legendary moment. And so, as we got further into the year, I started to be closer and closer friends with Nadia because it was me and Nadia, and Blake sat behind us to this kid who he really, really didn't like. And so Blake would try and talk to us all the time. And so that's how we kind of, all 3 of us bonded. And in 6th grade, I walk into my first rehearsal for the first ever show that I've ever done in my entire life. 6th grade, this is when I met Jonathan.
Okay.
And it's Annie, which is, I'm not gonna get into that show. But I don't know anyone there except for Claire, and she is standing all the way at the other side of the auditorium. And so I'm like, I'm gonna make a beeline for Claire. I don't wanna talk to any of these people. And halfway through, someone stops me. And it's like a mirror image of myself, cause like blonde, glasses, and he's wearing like his like soccer uniform because Jonathan used to play sports. What? And it's like, and he's like, hi. I'm like, hi. You know, cause we both talk like that. And so basically, he shows me this Christmas tree shaped box of chocolates, and he's like, I'm gonna give this to my girlfriend, Mariel. Whoa. Okay. So yeah, Jonathan is basically who introduced me to like almost all of the friends that I still have today. So pretty great.
All right. Well, Ian, I met.
Yeah.
You know, we were at, what was it? It was it was before auditions for Annie. It was like we're telling the same exact story now. It was before the audition for Annie. It was like a get to know the music thing.
Yeah.
And there's this kid who's standing right next to Dolly. like this. Like you're.
She was my best friend.
And I was just like, man, that kid has like something about him. You had such charisma, just standing.
It's my dragon energy.
Just standing. You just stand. You have this energy that draws us all in, you know? And, you know, throughout all the years I've known you, you've just grown to become one of my best friends. And I love you.
I love you. I was just about to say it if you were. I was going to be like, love you.
Vote for us, cutest couple.
Yeah, exactly.
Nadia, I met at the same type of thing for a different show. Yeah. It was 8th grade for Little Mermaid, and she goes up to the piano, she sits and it looks like she's about to play this really pretty song, and she goes up to the piano and she says, "Hey guys, the song's, I don't know what you called it, but it was a very happy, pretty song name," and she sits down and then all of a sudden goes, Thank you.
I believe the song was called A World on Fire.
Just kidding. Not a happy song name. Okay. Well, as you said, Nadia, we also have a soul. We have a soul connection. Keeps us together. And now I'm gonna hand you the mic. Actually, I'm gonna hand you the mic.
I'm gonna eat the mic. What would you think if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Oh, I get high with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends.
Second verse, pass the mic.
What do I do when my love is away?
Does it worry you to be alone?
How do I feel by the end of the day?
Are you sad because you're on your own?
No, I get by with a little help from my friends.
Ooh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends.
Ooh, I get high with a little help from my friends.
Do you need anybody?
I need somebody to love.
Could it be anybody?
I just want someone to love.
Ooh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Ooh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. Ooh, I get high with a little help from my friends. Ooh, would you believe in a love at first sight?
I'm certain that it happens all the time.
What do you see when you turn out the lights?
I'm not sure, but I know that it's mine.
Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Ooh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. Ooh, I get high with a little help from my friends.
Yes, I get by with a little help from my friends.
With a little help from my friends.
You can tell it's a Ringo Starr song because the melody is simple and it's easy to sing.
Wow.
Yes.
The kitchen scissors leave a jagged edge when they cut me open from hip to shoulder, unzipped. My year in review is something bloody with lemon rinds and cinnamon sticks and intestines seeping into carpets stained by dogs who are dead. I stand, raggedy and knock-kneed, in the creek behind my house, high on the wonder drug we call forgiveness. My heart no longer heavy with hate, no longer clogged with anger, makes a Mariana's Trench in my chest plate. Yes, I am a public fracture, or a human stalagmite but I've stopped carrying the weight of what other people need. Jim Carrey came to me the other night in some lucid dream, in some Andy Kaufman whirlwind. Jim Carrey talks about the butterfly effect, how I do this, so she does that, and somehow a river floods or a city falls or a heart beats. And so while the monarchs are migrating, I'm screaming so loud that they can feel my soul in Seattle. I'm screaming because finally I realize that it doesn't matter who hears me, who sees my cracking clavicles in this muddy creek in my cruddy suburb. Everything I do is gonna make someone feel something. I see no point in exhausting myself to keep others going. I'm tired of being the last one out. Winter is cold, and I am freezing.
So I thought I would join them here for the finale, and you're all gonna sing, I think, who starts?
I do.
You do.
Yeah.
So before we close, let's give them another round of applause. Am I not right about the parent song? Is that like not an amazing song? So I'll join. You guys have to sing the chorus, of course. You know.
Those of us that can sing, which would be you.
Dramatically.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. Regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tiny. That was completely coincidence.
I have no chin.
He says, "Son, can you play me a melody? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. You dressed too young for your age. Sing us a song, you piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling alright.
Well, John at the bar is a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free. He'll tell you a joke as he light up your smoke, but there's some place that he'd rather be. He says, "Bill, I believe this is killing me," as a smile ran away from his face. He says, "I'm sure I would like be a movie star if I could get out of this place." Oh,
We all know the words, don't act like you don't. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling alright.
Now Paul is a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife, and he's talking with Davy, who's still in the Navy and probably will be for life. And the waitress is practicing politics as a businessman slowly gets stoned. Yes, they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. Oh,
Sing us a song, you piano man. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling alright. He wrote his own words.
As an old man, I can't see them. It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday, and we thank you for coming tonight. On behalf of Nadia Ian and Jonathan, we hope that you're feeling alright.
Good enough.
All of us here, we love you three and wish you the best to come on